Have you ever found yourself standing on the edge of something unknown, feeling an undeniable stirring within your soul? A sensation that whispers of change, of transformation, yet leaves you grasping for understanding. For God's chosen ones, this feeling is no accident. It is the precursor to something extraordinary, something sacred. The period before the second spiritual awakening is one of profound mystery and deep reflection. It's a time when divine energies begin to align with your spirit, paving the way for a greater purpose to unfold in your life. But why does it feel so intense, so unshakable? Could it be that this is God's way of preparing you for a transformation that transcends human understanding? This phase often comes with moments of internal confusion, where you might question everything you thought you knew. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, there's a powerful call. A call to reconnect with your true self and embrace the divine mission designed uniquely for you. As you navigate this journey, you may feel an overwhelming sense that something greater is at work, that a shift beyond the visible world is occurring. It is in these moments of discomfort and liberation that God's purpose for your life begins to emerge with clarity, drawing you closer to the spiritual truths that were always meant for you. Before we delve deeper into this profound topic, I want to invite you to share your thoughts by commenting 77 below. This simple act is a declaration of your readiness to embrace the transformation ahead. And to those who have supported our channel through Super Thanks, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude. Your generosity allows us to continue sharing messages of hope, faith, and inspiration with those who need it most. You are truly making a difference, and we are so blessed to have you as part of this journey. Now, let me ask you, what if the unease you feel is a divine signal, a whisper from God that you are on the brink of a spiritual breakthrough? What could this moment of transformation be revealing about your life's purpose and the greater calling that awaits you? Stay with us as we uncover the signs, the emotions, and the divine truths that only God's chosen ones experience before the second awakening. The answers may surprise you and illuminate your path in ways you never imagined. God's chosen ones, only you feel this before the second awakening. Have you ever felt that your life was missing a deeper purpose, as if everything was moving forward without clear direction? Many of us have experienced moments of confusion or doubt, wondering why things aren't aligning as we expect. However, there is a defining moment in every believer's life, a moment of awakening when the fog begins to lift. This moment is often referred to as the second spiritual awakening. It is as though the divine light suddenly floods your heart, and everything that once seemed unclear now shines with clarity. During this transformative phase, you begin to see that God's plan for your life is far more profound than anything you could have imagined. Have you ever thought about the possibility that God's purpose for you stretches beyond what you can currently comprehend? This realization is not just an idea. It's a profound change in how you view yourself and the world around you. This moment marks the beginning of a new vision, a vision that shapes your actions, decisions, and the way you relate to everything. As the transformation unfolds, your heart and mind open up to the divine flow that God has set in motion for your life. The Bible gives us beautiful examples of individuals who experience such awakenings. Think of Saul on the road to Damascus, who was blinded before being spiritually awakened by God's voice. Saul, later known as Paul, became one of the greatest apostles, spreading the message of Christ across the world. Imagine the change that occurred when God revealed his purpose to him in such a dramatic way. How would your life change if you too suddenly understood that you were part of something much larger than you ever imagined? This second awakening doesn't just bring clarity, it brings an alignment with divine energy. It's as if your life is no longer guided by your own desires, but by a higher force, a force that moves with the universe, guiding your actions in ways that might seem unimaginable to those who are not yet awakened. The book of Proverbs tells us that, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." Proverbs 3:6. When you begin to understand that your steps are being directed by God, you start to see how every moment of your life is leading you towards fulfilling his purpose. So what if this moment is coming for you? What if the changes you've been feeling are signs of the awakening that is about to occur in your life? The divine flow has always been present, waiting for you to tune in. Could it be that the very next step you take will align you with your divine purpose in a way you've never experienced before? As you open yourself to this greater truth, your life begins to change, and every decision becomes an opportunity to walk closer to the calling that God has placed on your life. During this phase of spiritual awakening, you begin to sense a powerful pull towards something far greater than yourself, a higher calling that feels destined. This is not just a subtle shift in your thoughts. It's an overwhelming sense that you're being divinely guided toward a unique, significant destiny. Have you ever had that inexplicable feeling that your life is about to change in ways you can't quite explain? This is the beginning of your true mission unfolding before you. The doubts and confusion that once clouded your vision start to dissolve, and you begin to see more clearly than ever before. As this clarity sets in, something else begins to shift within you. The ego, which once tried to control every aspect of your life, begins to lose its grip. It's as if the power it once held over your decisions and thoughts begins to fade away. And you find yourself making choices not based on self-interest, but in alignment with the greater divine purpose. This is a profound moment, a moment when you start to realize that everything that doesn't serve the higher good is naturally left behind. It's like shedding an old skin, allowing you to make room for what truly matters. In this sacred space, the divine light begins to shine brighter, illuminating the path ahead of you in ways that are hard to ignore. As the light grows stronger, so do you. You start to feel more authentic, more alive, and more deeply connected to the light and abundance that the universe offers. Have you ever wondered why, at certain moments in life, you suddenly feel more yourself, as if you're more in tune with the world around you? This new understanding brings a sense of peace and compassion that radiates outward, transforming your actions, thoughts, and interactions with others. The deeper your connection with the divine, the more you are able to embody a love that transcends your previous self-centered existence. Of course, this journey of spiritual transformation is not without its challenges. There will be moments of doubt, moments of struggle, but there will also be incredible moments of grace and beauty. It's important to remember that with each step forward, the burdens that once seemed insurmountable begin to lighten. When you allow yourself to embrace your true self, you start to shed the masks that you once wore to fit into the expectations of the world around you. You may have felt the pressure to conform or to pretend, but now the desire to reveal your authentic self becomes overwhelming. It's as if you're finally coming home to who you were always meant to be. This process of self-discovery is nothing short of a spiritual homecoming. As you release the worries and concerns that once consumed you, you begin to embrace freedom in its truest form. What if all the things that once held you back, those expectations and false identities, were just illusions meant to keep you from stepping into your divine destiny? As you begin to distance yourself from these falsehoods, you start to gain the freedom to pursue your true desires, those dreams that align with your soul's purpose. This is where your life begins to take shape in ways that resonate deeply with your spiritual essence, and suddenly everything starts to make sense. In the Bible, we see examples of people like Moses who, after years of feeling inadequate and uncertain, finally embraced the mission God had prepared for him. At first, Moses resisted, but once he realized his divine purpose, his life was transformed. He walked confidently toward the destiny God had for him, even though the path was filled with challenges. Could it be that, just like Moses, you too are being called to step into a greater purpose, one that will lead you to a life full of abundance, fulfillment, and divine peace? Are you ready to embrace the authentic path that awaits you? When you begin to feel that your life is part of a divine plan, an overwhelming sense of purpose fills your heart. Suddenly, everything you've experienced, both the triumphs and the trials, begins to take on a deeper meaning. Have you ever looked back at the challenges you faced and realized that, in some way, they were leading you towards something greater? This realization is one of the most profound aspects of spiritual awakening. You come to understand that every experience, every moment, is a stepping stone on your journey of growth. The trials, the moments of doubt, and even the pain are all part of a divine tapestry woven with purpose. The Bible is full of such examples. Take Joseph, for instance. His life seemed to be one trial after another, from being sold into slavery by his brothers to being wrongfully imprisoned. Yet, in the end, Joseph realized that all of these events were part of God's greater plan to elevate him and to save many lives during a time of famine. His journey was not just about suffering, it was about becoming the person God intended him to be. What if, just like Joseph, every challenge you face is preparing you for a purpose far greater than you can yet comprehend? Could it be that your struggles are not in vain, but are paving the way for something extraordinary in your life? This understanding reveals that the divine purpose is not a single destination to reach, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and spiritual evolution. The journey itself, with all its ups and downs, is the real gift. As you move forward, you begin to realize that every step, whether it feels easy or difficult, contributes to the greater purpose God has for you. How do you view the moments that seem to be holding you back? Could they actually be part of your divine education, preparing you for the next stage of your life? When God's purpose becomes clear to you, something miraculous happens. Your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. You become a channel for change, not only for yourself, but for those around you. This connection to a higher calling brings a peace that permeates your soul. It's not just about finding your own path, it's about becoming an inspiration for others to find theirs. Those who are close to you will feel the energy of this transformation and begin to seek their own truths. They may look to you for guidance or feel compelled to align their lives with their divine purpose as well. True strength, as you'll discover, is not found in trying to control the world around you. It's not about shaping your circumstances to fit your will, but about accepting the natural flow of divine energy. When you surrender to this flow, you'll experience a serenity that transcends any chaos or uncertainty. It's as though a weight is lifted from your shoulders and you can finally breathe deeply, knowing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The peace that comes from surrendering to the divine flow brings clarity to your life. You begin to see things more clearly, and your purpose becomes more apparent with each passing day. It's as though the pieces of a puzzle that once seemed scattered and disconnected now start to fit together perfectly. You start to understand the intricate beauty of the journey you are on. Have you ever experienced that moment when everything just falls into place, and you suddenly understand why things happened the way they did? That moment of clarity is the gift of aligning with your divine purpose, a gift that brings peace and joy beyond measure. In the story of Jesus, we also see a perfect example of divine surrender. He faced immense trials and ultimately gave himself up to God's will, even though it led to the cross. But in his surrender, he brought forth the ultimate transformation, not only for himself, but for all of humanity. Imagine the strength that comes from fully trusting God's plan, even when the path seems difficult. What if this kind of trust could guide your life as well? What if surrendering to God's will could bring you the clarity and peace you've been searching for? The second spiritual awakening, though a profound and enlightening experience, also requires a significant shedding of old patterns and limitations, which can be both challenging and, at times, intimidating. Have you ever felt like your past was holding you back, yet sensed that something greater was calling you forward? This spiritual journey you've embarked on is not without its hurdles. It will bring both internal struggles and external challenges that you may not have expected. Doubts, fears, and even confrontations with unresolved past situations may arise, all of which can feel overwhelming. However, it's crucial to understand that these challenges are not obstacles to be feared. They are, in fact, opportunities for growth and transformation. The Bible reminds us that we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. Romans 5:3-4. Just as the Apostle Paul embraced the hardships he faced, knowing they were shaping his character and deepening his faith, you too can embrace your struggles as opportunities for spiritual growth. In the story of Job, we see how immense suffering led to a greater understanding of God's will and a deeper relationship with Him. Job endured countless trials, but through them he was refined and his faith strengthened. Could it be that the very challenges you are facing right now are part of God's plan to refine you, to remove what no longer serves you, and to make room for the new? As you continue on this path and align more fully with your true purpose, a remarkable transformation begins to unfold within you. It's as if your vibrational frequency rises, an internal shift that allows you to connect with more subtle and elevated energies. This shift doesn't just change how you see the world, it changes how you see yourself. You begin to view yourself through the lens of divine potential, understanding that you are capable of so much more than you once believed. In this elevated state, your interactions with the world become more authentic, and the love and compassion you feel for others begin to flow effortlessly through your actions. The Bible speaks of this transformation when it says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Romans 12:2. When you embrace your true purpose, this transformation of your mind and heart takes place. You start to view life not through the lens of worldly concerns, but through the lens of divine truth. This elevation in your spirit allows you to walk in the light of God's love and share that light with others, just as Jesus did when he called his disciples to follow him and spread his message of love. As this transformation deepens, you may notice a shift in your values. Things that once held great importance may begin to lose their significance. What once mattered to you may no longer resonate in the same way. It's as if your soul is being refined, and the things that once defined your happiness are being replaced with new interests and passions that are more aligned with your true purpose. This is reflected in Jesus' teaching when he said, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Matthew 6:21. When your heart is aligned with God's purpose, you begin to find value in what truly matters: love, compassion, and faith, rather than material or fleeting pleasures. With this new perspective, you also become more sensitive to the emotions and experiences of others. You may begin to feel a deeper connection with all forms of life, whether it's the people around you, the natural world, or even the struggles that others face. This heightened sensitivity is not just an awareness of others' pain and joy. It's an invitation to step into greater empathy and understanding. In 1 John 3:17-18 it says, "If anyone has material possessions and sees a brother or sister in need but has no pity on them, how can the love of God be in that person? Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. This empathy compels you to act, to reach out and support those in need, just as Jesus reached out to heal the sick, comfort the brokenhearted, and offer peace to the troubled. This new way of seeing the world enriches not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. Just as your relationships deepen, your presence becomes a source of healing and inspiration to others. Think about the way Jesus interacted with those around him, his compassion, his ability to see the divine potential in others. In the same way, your transformation can inspire others to seek their own divine calling and to walk in the light of God. Could it be that this deeper connection to the world around you is part of your divine mission, to spread love, compassion, and understanding wherever you go? As you continue to walk this path, you will find that your life becomes not only richer and more fulfilling, but also a testament to the power of transformation that is possible when you align with your true purpose. Through your authenticity, love, and divine purpose, you become a beacon of light for others, leading them to their own spiritual awakenings. As you journey through this process of spiritual awakening, it is vital to remember the importance of patience and self-compassion. The path you are walking is not one that can be rushed. It is ongoing, filled with moments of growth, reflection, and transformation that take time. Have you ever felt frustrated with the pace of your progress, wishing for immediate results? It's natural to desire swift change, but spiritual growth often happens in gradual steps. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a full bloom, your spiritual journey requires patience and care. The Bible reminds us, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control." Galatians 5:22-23. These fruits of the Spirit grow gradually within us, just as the tree grows stronger over time. It's crucial to accept that every step you take, no matter how small, is meaningful. Even when you do not see immediate results, each moment of introspection, each choice, and each lesson is a step closer to fulfilling your divine purpose. Think of the process as being like the potter molding clay. The potter doesn't rush. They patiently shape the clay, knowing that only through time and care will the masterpiece emerge. Likewise, God is patiently shaping you. In James 1-4, we are encouraged, "Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Each moment of perseverance, each trial you face, is building your strength and maturity, bringing you one step closer to who you were always meant to be. As you continue to walk this path, it's essential to remember that every choice you make brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Have you ever wondered if the decisions you're making are guiding you toward the life you've always dreamed of? Every small decision, from how you treat others to how you engage with your own thoughts, has an impact. Trust that as you align yourself with God's guidance, these choices will lead you down the path that is meant for you. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." This is a powerful reminder that when we trust in God's guidance, he will lead us exactly where we need to go. Sometimes it can be hard to trust when the path seems unclear, but know that you are not alone in this journey. You are being guided by a higher power, one who desires the best for you. This divine guidance will never fail you. Think of the way God guided the Israelites through the desert, providing for them in ways that defied human understanding. Even when the journey seemed uncertain, God's purpose was always at work, leading them to a promised land. Just as he led them, he is leading you. By opening your heart to this truth, you draw closer to the life that God has planned for you. As you embrace the process, you will find yourself more and more aligned with your divine purpose, and your life will begin to reflect the beauty of God's plan. It may not always be easy, but every step of the way is part of a beautiful journey, one that brings you closer to your truest self and to the divine calling that awaits you. Just as the Apostle Paul encourages in Philippians 1-6, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Trust that the work God has begun in you will continue, leading you to the abundant life he has designed for you. Let's explore the first spiritual awakening, a profound and transformative experience that marks a pivotal moment in the lives of those who yearn for a deeper sense of purpose. Have you ever experienced a sudden shift in awareness, where it felt as though a veil was lifted and you began to see the world and yourself in an entirely new light? This awakening serves as the foundation for a great leap forward on your spiritual journey. It occurs when you begin to realize the immense power of your thoughts and how they directly influence the reality you experience. It's as if you suddenly gain access to a new dimension of consciousness, where the understanding dawns that your mind holds the key to shaping your life. This realization can feel both exciting and overwhelming. It's in this phase that a person starts to become keenly aware of how their mental patterns, whether positive or negative, have shaped their experiences thus far. You may find yourself reflecting on past decisions or moments in your life, seeing how your thoughts, fears, and beliefs have influenced the outcomes you've experienced. Have you ever considered how much your thoughts have shaped the life you're living right now? Could it be that your thoughts are the invisible force guiding your actions and decisions? This awakening often comes with a surge of realization, accompanied by challenges or crises that force you to confront your old ways of thinking. These moments may feel uncomfortable, even painful, but they are an essential part of the process. In the Bible, we are reminded in Romans 12:2, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." This verse highlights the importance of mental transformation as part of spiritual growth. These uncomfortable moments, when we are faced with the flaws in our thinking, are not obstacles but opportunities for deep personal transformation. Through these challenges, God invites us to renew our minds, to reshape our thinking in alignment with His truth and purpose. In this awakening phase, you may find that the more you become aware of your thoughts, the more you notice patterns that are holding you back, negative beliefs, fears, or self-doubt. The good news is that with awareness comes the power to change. Understanding that your thoughts hold great power is the first step towards spiritual liberation. Just as Proverbs 4:23 advises, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Your mind and heart are deeply interconnected. When you begin to shift your mental patterns from negative to positive, you create space for true transformation to take root. This is where the magic of spiritual awakening begins to unfold. By replacing the negative thoughts that once controlled you with thoughts of faith, hope, and divine truth. Imagine the freedom that comes from understanding that your thoughts don't have to control you, that you have the power to choose how you think. What if, just like the Apostle Paul in Philippians 4:8, you learn to think about such things? Whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable. This shift in focus can lead to profound spiritual growth. It's about creating a mental environment that aligns with God's word and His will for your life. This phase of awakening is challenging, but also incredibly liberating. As you begin to cultivate a mindset rooted in positive and life-affirming thoughts, you clear away the clutter of negativity and open up space for a deeper connection with God and your true self. The more you learn to master your thoughts, the more you will experience the powerful transformation that comes with spiritual awakening. Through this process, you're not only changing your thoughts, but also your entire approach to life, creating a foundation for the divine purpose that awaits you. As you embark on this spiritual journey, you begin to understand that the key to transformation lies within you. Have you ever realized that the power to change your life is not found in external circumstances, but within your own mind and heart? This awareness marks the beginning of profound spiritual growth. The way you choose to interpret the challenges and experiences in your life becomes a pivotal factor in your development. How often do we let external circumstances control us, when the true power to shape our lives has always been within? This doesn't mean that the journey will be easy. There will be times of difficulty, confusion, and uncertainty. But as you shift your perspective, you allow divine energy to work more effectively in your life. Just as a gardener prepares the soil before planting seeds, this first awakening is the moment to prepare your inner landscape. Clearing the mental weeds, fertilizing the soil of your mind with constructive thoughts, and preparing yourself for a new way of living. In the Bible, we see the importance of preparing ourselves for the work God has for us. Jeremiah 4:3 says, "Break up your unplowed ground, and do not sow among thorns." This is a call to clear away the negative patterns and distractions that clutter our minds. How can you expect growth if you don't clear away what no longer serves you? Only when we prepare the ground of our hearts can we begin to plant the seeds of new thoughts, new intentions, and ultimately, new realities. The first awakening is this very preparation, allowing you to create space within for growth and transformation. It's a conscious decision to cultivate the right mindset, one that aligns with God's purpose for your life. As you move through this awakening, you begin to realize that you are no longer at the mercy of circumstances. You start to see that you have the power to shape your reality through the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions you choose to nurture. Have you ever thought about how much control you truly have over your thoughts and ultimately your life? This is a significant shift, one that brings a sense of empowerment and responsibility. You realize that your thoughts are not just passing ideas, but are the very building blocks of your reality. The Bible speaks to this power of thought in Proverbs 23:7. "For as he thinks in his heart, so is he." The way you think about yourself, your life, and your potential shapes your experiences. Do you realize that your mindset can either limit or liberate you? This newfound awareness allows you to shift from a mindset of helplessness to one of empowerment. As your self-awareness deepens, you begin to understand that every thought, every emotion you experience contributes to the world you create around you. In this phase of the first awakening, you begin to see your experiences not as random events, but as opportunities for growth and learning. How many times have we seen challenges as setbacks, when in fact they are blessings in disguise? When viewed through the lens of spiritual awareness, every challenge becomes an opportunity to learn, to become stronger, and to move closer to the person God has intended you to be. James 1:2-4 encourages us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." This perspective transforms challenges into lessons, making you more resilient and better equipped to face whatever comes your way. Are you ready to see your difficulties as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles? As you continue to journey deeper into this awakening, it becomes more apparent that you are not walking this path alone. You are supported by divine energy, always present, always guiding you. Do you feel that presence, even when things seem difficult or uncertain? In times of difficulty, you can rely on this energy to provide strength and direction. This connection to the divine becomes more palpable as you align more deeply with your true self. The more you cultivate self-awareness and trust in God's guidance, the more easily you can feel His presence and allow His energy to flow through you. This creates a positive cycle. As you align your actions and intentions with divine will, you attract equally positive experiences. How might your life change if you trusted this guidance more fully, knowing that you are never truly alone? The Bible reminds us in Romans 8:28, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." When you open yourself to the flow of divine energy, it begins to guide every aspect of your life. The more you trust this guidance, the more you will experience the power of this positive cycle, where your thoughts, actions, and intentions align with God's plan for you. Each step you take towards self-awareness and spiritual growth brings you closer to the life God has prepared for you. This connection becomes the source of strength, inspiration, and peace, helping you navigate life's challenges with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. What if, by trusting in this divine energy, you could create a life of peace, joy, and fulfillment, one step at a time? Finally, the first spiritual awakening is just the beginning of an ongoing journey, one that is rich with learning and growth. Have you ever felt that a new chapter is opening in your life, filled with exciting possibilities? This awakening is not a single event, but a starting point for an endless path of self-discovery. As you incorporate new practices and understandings into your daily life, new truths about yourself and the world around you begin to unfold. These truths may not be immediately apparent, but they emerge gradually, offering you deeper insights and a broader perspective. How many times have you experienced a shift in your understanding of the world, only to realize there is so much more to uncover? You are no longer just a passive participant in life. You become an active agent in your own transformation. This awareness is a powerful catalyst, propelling you toward the realization of your divine purpose. The Bible says in Philippians 1:6, "Being confident of this, that He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus." This verse reminds us that the work God begins in us doesn't stop at the first awakening. It continues to unfold throughout our lives. As you take each step on this journey, you move closer to a fuller, more vibrant life that is in harmony with the universe. The more you embrace this path, the more you will see how everything aligns to support your growth. Can you feel the harmony that begins to develop as you align more closely with your true self and divine purpose? Therefore, embrace this first awakening with love and gratitude. Reflect on the changes you've already experienced and recognize that every shift in your heart and mind is a significant step forward. How often do we overlook the small victories along the way, not realizing that they are the building blocks of our spiritual journey? Each internal change, no matter how subtle, is a powerful step toward a richer, more meaningful spiritual life. As you grow, trust that every challenge that arises is an opportunity for further growth and evolution. In the face of adversity, remember that these are not setbacks, but invitations to evolve, to go deeper in your understanding, and to rise above the old ways of thinking. The Bible tells us in Romans 8:28, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." Every challenge you face is part of a divine plan, one that is ultimately working for your good. This trust in the divine plan will strengthen you as you move forward. With each challenge comes the opportunity to learn, to shed old beliefs, and to open yourself more fully to the divine light that is always guiding you. Can you trust in this divine guidance, knowing that every step you take is leading you toward your purpose? The journey has just begun, and what lies ahead is both exciting and full of discoveries. The more you open yourself to this journey, the more you will uncover about yourself, your purpose, and your connection to the universe. As you continue to walk this path, remember that the best is yet to come. What are you most excited to discover about yourself as you move deeper into this awakening? Each new discovery brings you one step closer to living the life you were always meant to live. However, it is crucial to understand that this phase of confusion and discomfort, though challenging, is an essential part of your spiritual growth. Have you ever faced a time in your life when everything seemed uncertain and your path unclear? This is often the moment when spiritual growth begins to feel most uncomfortable. Many people, when confronted with such turmoil, may feel tempted to retreat to old familiar patterns that once brought comfort or safety. It's a natural impulse to seek refuge in the known when facing the unknown, but it is precisely this resistance to change that often prevents true transformation from taking place. Could it be that your greatest breakthroughs are waiting just beyond the moment you resist the urge to return to the old ways? When you begin to confront the shadows of the ego, you may uncover parts of yourself that you'd rather not acknowledge. These could include feelings of fear, insecurity, or even behaviors that are self-destructive, all shaped by past experiences and unresolved pain. How often do we suppress these feelings, afraid of what they might reveal about us? But avoiding them doesn't make them disappear. It simply allows them to linger beneath the surface, influencing your life in ways you may not even be aware of. Acknowledging these aspects of yourself takes immense courage. It's not easy to face parts of you that have been hidden in the darkness for so long. The Bible encourages us in 1 John 1:9. If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness. This verse reminds us that bringing our darkest parts into the light is not something to be ashamed of. It is the path to healing and growth. It is common to feel shame or guilt when you first acknowledge these darker aspects of yourself. These emotions can feel overwhelming, like an emotional weight that makes you question your worth. But remember this: shame and guilt are often the ego's way of keeping you in bondage, preventing you from moving forward. The act of confronting these feelings is the first step in breaking free from their hold. Ignoring them only deepens the internal disintegration, while facing them head-on allows you to break free and continue growing. Have you ever wondered if avoiding your feelings is truly keeping you safe, or is it just delaying your transformation? The process of dismantling the ego and confronting its shadows is not easy. It requires deep introspection and emotional bravery. It's a process that involves self-criticism, but also self-acceptance. Have you ever been able to look at yourself honestly, acknowledging both your flaws and your strengths, and still love the person you see? It is an invitation to observe yourself without judgment, to recognize the imperfections, and to accept that they are part of your unique journey. The Bible speaks to this in Romans 12:3. Do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment, in accordance with the faith God has distributed to each of you. This is a call to balance humility with self-respect, acknowledging both the darkness and the light within. Self-knowledge becomes the guiding light in this process. As you become more aware of your inner workings, you begin to see your journey with greater clarity. The more you learn to accept the shadows, the more you allow the light of truth to shine into the darkness. This self-awareness is not just about acknowledging your flaws, but about accepting them as part of your growth. It's in this acceptance that true transformation can take place. Could it be that the very things you fear about yourself are the keys to your ultimate healing and growth? As you embrace them, you are setting the stage for a deeper, more authentic connection with yourself and with the divine. The darkness is not the end. It is the beginning of a more profound journey of healing and self-discovery. As you work through these shadows, a profound shift begins to take place within you. You start to detach from the labels that the ego has created over time. Have you ever felt that you were living according to the expectations of others or society, rather than your true self? Gradually, the masks you've worn to protect yourself, those personas created by fear, insecurity, or the desire for acceptance, begin to fall away. It's not always easy, but it's necessary for your spiritual growth. As these masks fall away, your true essence, the person you were always meant to be, begins to emerge. This is a vital part of the spiritual transformation process, for true change cannot occur while you are still clinging to the limiting concepts of who you think you should be. What if, by releasing these false identities, you could finally become the authentic person you've always longed to be? As you open yourself to this new reality, you will start to feel a stronger, energetic flow in your life. This isn't just a change in your mindset, it's a deeper spiritual shift. Have you noticed how, when you start embracing your true self, things begin to flow more easily in your life? The alignment with divine flow becomes more evident, and you begin to experience life in a way that feels more authentic and true to who you are. The Bible speaks of this shift in Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. As you trust in God's guidance and let go of your ego's control, you align with a higher power, and life begins to unfold more fluidly. This alignment is a natural consequence of surrendering the internal struggle that keeps you trapped in old patterns. When you stop fighting against the flow of life, you start to experience a new way of being. Situations no longer feel as rigid or resistant. The more you surrender, the more you allow life to unfold with ease. It's as though the universe begins to cooperate with you, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your true purpose. Have you ever felt that life just clicked when you let go of control and trusted the process? That is the power of surrendering to the divine flow. However, it is crucial to cultivate the practice of being present and observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Why is it so important to be present in the moment rather than allowing past fears or future anxieties to dictate your actions? This self-awareness allows you to catch yourself when you are being influenced by the shadows of the ego. You begin to recognize when you're operating from a place of fear or insecurity rather than from your authentic self. This awareness gives you the power to make choices that align more deeply with your true essence. The more you practice this, the more you heal and grow, and the more you become an example of resilience and transformation for those around you. Have you considered how your own personal growth can inspire others to embark on their own journeys of healing and authenticity? Despite the confusion you may feel during this process, remember that each step you take is a blank slate for your spiritual evolution. You may feel disconnected from your old self, but this disconnection is part of the process of transformation. As you release the old patterns, you make room for the new. Embrace this mix of disconnection and clarity. It's all part of the journey. With patience and compassion for yourself, you will discover that dismantling the ego is not only liberating, but also the path to a fuller and more vibrant life. A life where your true purpose can manifest in an authentic and meaningful way. What if the confusion you're experiencing now is simply the space in which your true self can be born? This state of surrender does not mean you become passive in your life or abandon your responsibilities. On the contrary, it's a recognition that your true essence and intuition are the most reliable guides you can follow. How often do we ignore our intuition in favor of the logical mind? Surrendering to this divine flow enhances your ability to listen to your inner voice, your intuition, which becomes a direct connection to universal wisdom. This is not about abandoning your personal agency, but about trusting that the answers to your deepest questions are already within you. Have you ever had a moment when you just knew what the right decision was, even when it didn't make logical sense? This is the power of intuition, and as you surrender more to it, you'll find that it leads you to deeper wisdom and fulfillment. The second spiritual awakening is a profound shift in consciousness, where you begin to recognize that you are part of a greater interconnected whole. Have you ever felt a deep intuitive understanding that all life is connected and that your actions have a ripple effect on the world around you? This awakening is when the individualism that the ego fosters starts to fade, and qualities like compassion, empathy, and solidarity naturally begin to flourish within you. It's as if you can feel the pulse of life itself, realizing that every person, every living being, is part of a larger divine tapestry. This heightened awareness leads to a genuine desire to contribute positively to the world. What if the simple act of kindness you show today could create a ripple that changes someone's life tomorrow? This transformation isn't just about personal growth, it extends outward, impacting your social and spiritual environment in meaningful ways. As you become more attuned to the interconnectedness of all things, your actions, both big and small, begin to reflect this understanding. Your relationships become deeper, more authentic, and more harmonious. The Bible encourages us to love your neighbor as yourself. Mark 12-31. A reminder that the more connected we feel to others, the more we recognize the sacredness of every interaction. This shift from self-centeredness to a broader perspective can feel liberating, as it opens the door to a life filled with greater purpose and fulfillment. During this phase, spiritual learning becomes less about intellectual concepts and more about lived experiences. You may find that practices like meditation, prayer, and contemplation begin to take on new significance. These tools are no longer just methods of seeking answers, but become ways to tune into the divine energy that permeates all of life. Through meditation, you might begin to feel more connected to a sense of peace that transcends your individual self. Prayer may evolve from a request for help into a deep, soulful conversation with the divine. Contemplation may no longer be about solving problems, but about harmonizing with the greater flow of life. How has your relationship with these spiritual practices shifted as you've grown in awareness? Each moment during this phase brings with it an opportunity to expand your consciousness. It's as if life itself becomes a classroom, where every situation, whether joyous or challenging, holds the potential to teach you something vital. This awareness transforms the way you approach life's difficulties. Challenges that once felt insurmountable now appear as necessary steps on your path of spiritual growth. What if the struggles you face are not obstacles, but stepping stones, each one providing the strength and wisdom you need to move forward? The ability to reframe difficulties and see them as opportunities for growth becomes a powerful skill, one that enhances your resilience and deepens your wisdom. Each fall, instead of a failure, becomes a chance to rise again, stronger and more equipped to continue your journey. A key aspect of this awakening is learning to trust the timing of life and practicing self-love and compassion. Have you ever felt frustrated by the slow progress of your spiritual journey, wishing things would move faster? It's easy to fall into the trap of trying to force outcomes or control the future, but this rush to achieve personal goals often leads to burnout or disillusionment. Trusting in the flow of life, however, allows you to release the need for control and cultivate a state of receptivity to divine light and unconditional love. As you let go of the need to make things happen and instead surrender to the natural unfolding of life, you begin to feel more aligned with your true essence. This alignment creates space for divine timing to work its magic, leading to more peace and fulfillment. The more you surrender to this flow, the more your life aligns with your authentic self. It's like being carried along by a current that knows exactly where you need to go, with each experience unfolding in a way that resonates deeply with your true nature. Ultimately, the second spiritual awakening is an invitation to live authentically, to listen to your intuition, and to trust the inner wisdom that guides you. As you embrace this journey of self-discovery and surrender, you uncover your deepest purpose, one that resonates with love, compassion, and universal connection. Through this transformation, you not only become more aligned with your divine purpose, but also become a channel for the divine energy and love that permeate the universe. The Bible reminds us that God is love, 1 John 4:8. And as you embody this love in your life, you become a living reflection of the divine presence. This awakening enables you to live a life guided by love, compassion, and a deep sense of connection with the world around you. With each step on this journey, you become more fully aligned with the truth of who you are, shining the light of divine love wherever you go. The mission of the Chosen Ones goes beyond personal growth. It is deeply connected to the collective. Have you ever felt that your life was meant for something larger than yourself? That your spiritual journey isn't just about you, but about impacting those around you? As individuals undergo the second spiritual awakening, they are called not only to transform themselves, but to lead, inspire, and elevate the vibrational frequency of everyone they encounter. This is the calling of the Chosen Ones, to be a beacon of light, reflecting the internal changes they experience and radiating that energy to others. Their presence becomes a source of hope and inspiration, like a light in the darkness, guiding others toward a higher state of being. What if the struggles and transformations you face are not only for your growth, but a part of a much larger mission to uplift those around you? The Chosen Ones are endowed with a heightened sensitivity, an ability to feel and understand the needs of others. They can sense the pain, joy, and struggles of those around them in ways that others may not. This sensitivity enables them to infuse every interaction with love and hope, bringing healing to those in need. Have you noticed how some people, even in the simplest of conversations, can lift your spirit, making you feel seen and understood? That is the power of the Chosen Ones at work, and it is something that flows from their own transformation. Each challenge they face serves a higher purpose, not only for their own growth, but to prepare them for this important mission. The obstacles they encounter, though sometimes difficult or overwhelming, are actually moments of preparation, strengthening their resilience and spiritual capacity. What if the difficulties you are currently facing are simply steps in preparing you for a greater calling? The Chosen Ones were never meant for a solitary journey. They were not selected for an introverted or self-centered path. On the contrary, their purpose is to guide the collective toward a higher vibrational frequency. The more they align with their true selves, the more they can help others connect with their own essence. Have you ever felt called to help others, to lift them up, or to guide them through their own struggles? The second spiritual awakening is a call to total transformation, not just for the individual, but for the greater good. This awakening requires them to step into a leadership role, not one of authority, but of guidance, compassion, and wisdom. However, to fulfill this mission, the Chosen Ones must relinquish the illusions of the ego. These illusions often manifest as the desire for control, approval, or external recognition. Have you ever found yourself seeking validation from others, or feeling the need to control outcomes? The ego thrives on these desires, which can distract us from the true essence of being. As they go through this awakening, the Chosen Ones must abandon these attachments, recognizing that the ego often limits the depth of their connection to divine energy. True transformation comes when they release the need for validation and allow the divine to lead them. In this process of surrender, they create space to experience a deeper connection with the divine and a more authentic way of living. When the ego no longer stands in the way, the chosen ones are free to live in harmony with the universe, fully embracing their divine mission. The second spiritual awakening is thus a powerful call for total transformation, not just for the chosen ones, but for all who are touched by their presence. Their ability to step into their true power and let go of egoic attachments makes them vessels for divine energy, enabling them to lead others toward higher consciousness and greater connection. Could it be that the very challenges and struggles you face are preparing you to embrace this higher calling, to become a beacon of light and transformation for those around you? Embrace this journey, knowing that the mission of the chosen ones is not just personal. It is a mission to raise the collective vibration, to heal, and to inspire. By accepting the power of the divine flow, the chosen ones free themselves from the shackles of the past and open themselves to new possibilities. Have you ever felt burdened by past experiences or mistakes and wondered if you could ever truly move forward? The moment you surrender to the divine flow is the moment you break free from these chains. It's a transformative process where you no longer allow the past to define you, but instead embrace the boundless opportunities that lie ahead. From this significant point forward, the chosen one becomes a channel of light and love, not just for themselves, but for others as well. It is not about trying to convince others of your truths, but rather about living them authentically. The way you live, in alignment with your true self, radiates the essence of your own transformation. This radiance serves as a guiding light, not by forcing others to follow your path, but by offering them an example of what it means to live fully in alignment with divine purpose. Have you noticed how some people can inspire you just by being themselves, without saying a word? Their authenticity creates a magnetic energy that pulls others toward a higher state of being. The energy emitted by the chosen ones acts as a beacon, illuminating the path for those who are still searching for their own truth. Their authenticity and integrity resonate deeply, creating a positive influence that often leads to transformative experiences for those around them. When you live from a place of truth, you naturally become a source of inspiration for others to do the same. The journey that unfolds may not always be easy, but it is undeniably beautiful. In fact, the challenges encountered along the way often add to the richness of the experience. Each step taken toward divine purpose is a celebration of life, growth, and connection to the universe. Think about the moments when you faced hardships and found unexpected beauty in them, those moments where the struggle itself became a teacher. By surrendering to the divine purpose, the chosen ones find themselves experiencing profound inner peace and spiritual freedom. This freedom is not just about breaking free from the ego's limitations. It is about transcending the need for validation, control, or recognition from the outside world. In this freedom, they experience a vibrational elevation where the divine light illuminates their path, not only offering clarity and hope to them, but to everyone they encounter. The Bible tells us in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." The chosen ones embody this light, and their lives act as a beacon of hope and inspiration in a world that often feels overshadowed by darkness. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers, but about being true to the divine purpose within, which leads to transformation not only within themselves, but also in the world around them. The light they carry offers hope and clarity, helping others navigate their own journeys. Thus, the chosen ones become agents of change in a world that often feels lost or fragmented. Their journey reveals a profound truth. Even in the most difficult moments, there is the potential for growth, healing, and beauty. The struggles they face become the very soil from which their light grows, spreading outward and touching the lives of others. By uniting in the pursuit of a greater purpose, they awaken the light that resides within all of us, creating a ripple effect that elevates humanity toward a new consciousness. Can you imagine a world where we all awaken to our own inner light, collectively moving toward a higher consciousness of love, compassion, and truth? The journey of the Chosen Ones is a testament to what's possible when we live authentically and allow divine energy to guide us every step of the way. As you step into the journey of your second awakening, remember that you are not alone. The signs and feelings you've experienced are part of a divine plan, and God is preparing you for something greater. Embrace this time of growth and transformation, for it is in moments like these that your true purpose begins to unfold. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to support the channel through Super Thanks. Your contributions, whether big or small, allow us to continue spreading these powerful messages. I want to thank each and every one of you, whether you donate or not, for your unwavering support and for being part of this community. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay connected. Your engagement helps the message reach more hearts in need. May God bless you abundantly as you continue on your path to awakening. Keep believing in His plan for you and know that the best is yet to come.